In this, hopefully, brief clip, I'm going to talk about two things I don't exactly love. First, admitting that I have been wrong about something. I'm very stubborn. I don't like to admit when I'm wrong. But as yoga teachers, sometimes we teach something in one way, and then we learn that maybe wasn't the most efficient or maybe totally correct way of teaching things. For the longest time, for instance, when the arms were in overhead position, I used to teach to pull the shoulder blades down. I would say a lot of us did. Maybe some people still do. But the more we learn and the more we expand our knowledge, we start to learn ways to better teach things with sustainability and efficiency in mind. So where I'm going with this, bound postures. I do not like bound postures. For the longest time, I just said, like, I have really short arms. I used to say, like, I have short arm syndrome. It's not a thing. It's like a stupid joke I make. And so I would kind of blame the structure of my body on my inability to bind. And for the longest time, I would teach, just say half-bound postures. I would teach that you take the hand back to your opposite hip, and then you pull the elbow back away from the body. Now, superficially, you can see in my body, it looks like, okay, yeah, the chest is opening. That seems like a pretty good bind. But if you can see where my right hand is, it's at the hip. And now that I learned, I've been reading more about biomechanics, and I took this one class that was on binding, and it's like, oh, I've been teaching it wrong. It's actually the opposite. There's really no bound posture where you pull the elbow away from your body. Instead, you do the opposite. You pull your forearm in. You pull the elbow in so it's against your lower back, and then you slide the hand over. Right? And I just got a little more space than I did on that first round. Right? So forearm and elbow pull in, and then the hand slides over. So when working half-bound postures, side angle pose, triangle pose, all those bound shapes, play with it. Slide the hand back, pull your forearm and your elbow in. It's going to widen the chest, and then you can slide the hand over. Right? And it actually puts the shoulder joint in a safer place. Someone asked me about like this rotation of the shoulder joint. It's okay because you're not weight-bearing on it like this. If we were weight-bearing like this, it'd kind of be like we'd be in a different position. But it actually puts your body in a more sustainable position in the shoulder girdle. And if you are working full binds, you might actually find, I have more range of motion on my left side, you might actually find that, like, say I was trying to do like a full bound posture, I might actually be able to get a little more space to fully bind and hold my own hands or hold the wrist. So I've been kind of playing with this idea of like forearm and elbow in against the body for like the last week or so with my students. And it's been kind of impressive to see people's bodies work with this stuff. Not only have people found a lot of like less stress in the body when working the bound postures, they're able to breathe easier. And that's a great thing, right? You want to be able to breathe easier when doing a yoga posture. One more thing, when you're doing bound postures, rather than cranking the elbow back to get the rotation of the spine, and this gets it's really challenging, it can be. So firm the forearm and elbow toward your back, pull it into your body, and then you actually have to use your abdominal core muscles to get the rotation. Right? And that can be really, really hard. And actually right there, it's like, oh man, my shoulder is opening up without really having to crank the elbow back or crank the shoulder open. So yeah, sometimes yoga teachers are wrong, and it's all with like good intentions. You know, we teach things because we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Physically, like I thought, okay, elbow away from the body. Yes, you're getting more rotation, you're getting more opening. But ultimately, there might be a better approach to it. So if this is like a new approach for you, try it on, and it might feel a little awkward if you've been used to pulling the elbow away. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Try it on, and maybe with time I will learn to love bound postures with this new approach.